If you're in the South Sound of Washington right now, Thurston County, maybe Pierce, and you're curious, you don't know what's going on with the real estate market, you know it's kind of crazy, maybe you want to buy a home, maybe you're looking to sell one, this video is for you. I'm going to talk about all of what's happening right now in this area. I'm Aaron Thomas with the Aaron Thomas Home Team, and what's great is when somebody breaks it down for you, when they tell you exactly what's going on in layman's terms. So in this video, I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to tell you everything that I see on the ground every day doing this work, and then I'm going to go into the numbers for those of you that are more detail oriented. So the main thing we're seeing is that it's almost like a normal year again, okay? So houses are being listed more so than last year. COVID totally changed things and made them really strange, okay? So we're seeing more listings. We're seeing people buy them up at record pace, faster than we've ever seen, dating all the way back to pre-recession 2006. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's just more buyers. People are buying the homes really fast. And so in 2006, back then, we had about 1,000 homes available in Thurston County. And to give you some context, right now we have anywhere from 1 to 200. So it's record low inventory, not a lot of things to buy on the shelf at the store. Winning offers are still really stacked. There's lines out the door at open houses. Again, the activity is just really high. Prices are increasing. And in new construction, we're seeing a little bit of a pullback because lumber prices are up, inflation is up, and so the new construction inventory is also shrinking. And so what it's doing is it's creating the biggest demand that we've seen in years for houses. So buyers are competing really, really hard to get into houses. We're seeing an influx of money from other states. We're seeing people put down large down payments, and a lot of the times they're winning the bids. So people can still buy, it's just a little challenging, and it takes the utmost strategy right now to get into a property. And if you're a seller, you're a happy clam. You're sitting on a mountain of cash when you go to sell your house. So the last different thing I'm seeing before we go into the numbers is that there's millennials entering the market like crazy. So they were in lockdown, a lot of them saved money, and a lot of those are now first-time buyers. Second thing, luxury purchases. So homes that are 700, 800, 900,000 are happening faster than ever in Thurston County. Let's talk about the new listings that came on the market. And you'll see in this chart, I'm going back a few months. I want to show you the trends. So what you can see is February, March, and April. So April, coming onto the first, we have 503 new listings. So it went up about 45% over the previous month. So you can see that increase happening. We're into the spring. This is happening. If you look at last year at 508, 503, 508, it's the same number. So there's not less houses hitting the market. There's about the same. So when you have new listings, you have pending. And that means they're just under contract. So if you look at the chart, you look at the numbers, and you look at what's going on, you'll see that there was, of those 503 listings I talked about, there's 543 that went pending. So there's more that went pending than were listed. And so that's a 56% increase from last month. And what that's going to do is tell you just how strong this market is. Okay, so from last year, there was 493. And so what you see is that it's about a 10% increase over last year. So lots of pendings. So what happens when you have a lot of new listings and they all sell? You don't have much on the shelves at the store. You don't have much inventory, right? So that's the active. What can I go out and buy? And so you'll see this past month, it is 120, and so we go 113, 132, 120, about the same numbers. But if you compare it to last year's number of 318, it's 62% less. So we're shopping at the store with less food on the shelves, 62% less homes actively available right now. So one small tweak you'll see on this chart is that the months of supply is increasing. That's a good thing. That means there's more choices out there. There's more homes being listed. So it's went from 0.4, 0.5 to 0.6. This is record low. But it does show you that we hit a low point. We hit a low point earlier this year, and right now the inventory is actually increasing a little bit, although it doesn't seem that way. Last year, it was 1.1 months. So it was this year still about half of last year. So we talked about that supply being gobbled up real quick, and we talked about the line being around the corner for some open houses. You'll see that with the days on market. Okay, so days on market is always trending in the direction of quicker lately. So it's about 5 days if the house is priced well. Last year was about 8 days. So still, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a substantial cut. things are going quickly, 5 days on average. So when the houses are hot like this and there's less of them, what you're gonna see is that the showings numbers go up. So this is the amount of people that are going through each house kind of on average, okay? So what you'll see is that it was 17, and then another 17, February, March, and then this past April, it shot up to about 20, and I assume that will go up even more. And that is a substantial increase from last year, about 122%, more than double. Last year was 9, now we got 20. We got 20 people going through houses before they're sold typically. Okay, so this is where the rubber meets the road. If you're a homeowner, you probably want to know this number. Okay, so what is the average selling price now? The average selling price jumped substantially last month. And this month, we didn't really see statistically it increased. Doesn't mean that it didn't. It's just kind of the way the data looks right now. So I imagine next month we'll see a big increase. But so you're seeing a jump from 446 to 467, and that number stayed consistent across the board. What I see, or what I imagine will happen, is this next month we'll see that jump up a little bit more, because I'm seeing tons of multiple offer situations right now. And if you look at this year over year in the last 12 months, in Thurston County, we've went up almost $91,000 for the average homeowner in their average sales price. Great increase. So that's a wrap on this month's market update. Do me a favor, if you are a buyer and you don't know where to start in this market, or if you are a seller and you need some information about maybe what your value is worth now, because I guarantee you it's higher than you think, do me a favor, DM me the phrase market update. I'll reach back out to you. We can have a quick conversation, see if we can help you out.